Hey, how y'all doing? Didn't you see you come in the door? You know who it is, though. It's your boy, Big Tank. Hank, coming at you. Wow, with something brand new. Told you it was coming. Told you it was coming. And I'm very excited about this thing we got here. Big Tank Hanks. Wow. About Herps. Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. I just decided I'm just gonna make it its own thing. My fish people, yeah, I'm not gonna let y'all think I turn my back on you. You still gonna have 10:30 Friday nights. We're gonna do that thing. But I'm gonna drop this one probably Saturdays at 6 p.m. Central Time. We're gonna just do both of them. But on tonight, I got Estaban from 41 South. He's got ball pythons, y'all. Morphs on morphs. We finna bring him up, see what he got going on, and let him tell you all about what he does. What's going on, man?
What's good?
Chilling. I'm chilling. Got him in the
Yeah.
house. There he is, y'all. There he is. Man, what's happening? How you feeling? How you feeling?
Shit, living, man. Just living. Being blessed to see every other day.
Already. I see your Tampa Bay fan back there. I see your flag flying back
Yeah, gotta represent for the Bay Area.
there. Already. See,
Team.
it coming down. Hey,
Yeah.
introduce yourself to the people. Tell them a little bit
What's
about your beginnings, and we're gonna jump in this thing.
already? So, obviously, with the introduction, my name's Estaban, born and raised in Palmetto, Florida. Um, just a young, wild man trying to live and find his place in this world, along with raising and breeding ball pythons. I been really, really just I started collecting and having reptiles when I was in my teens. And the way I fell in love with snakes is when I was about 7 years old. I was playing in the ditch like a wild boy, and a big old 6 foot rat snake snuck up on me. That's my first time like really seeing something that big, if not on the TV screen, but in real life. So, it scared me. But after the fact, it was like memorize this animal can move, do everything with no legs, no arms, straight just body and mouth. You know, that's when I fell in love with it. Uh, got into my teenage, had got a couple iguanas, but those those reptiles, I ain't gonna lie, they ain't for everybody. They wasn't for me, but started getting into the snakes. I finally convinced my mom, because it was my mom I had to convince. My dad didn't care about the snakes. He's from Texas like you, you know. So he didn't really care about the snakes, but my mom, she used to be terrified. So that was a hard part, trying to really convince her to let me get one. So when she finally said, okay, you can have one, but never let me be around it, I got me a ball python, because at first a big old Burmese python was intimidating. I had to, learn my ways through it. So I started getting the ball pythons, normals. I didn't know nothing about these morphs, which they was out there then, but I ain't know nothing about them. And if I did, they were out of my price range. But started having the ball pythons, then, got into them teenage, like almost, thinking I smell myself teenage years, and, got out of everything and did the street life stuff. And then 2018, got my life straight, went to school to become an electrician. And while doing that, I learned about these morphs that I could actually afford, and started collecting them. Went from a 10-gallon fish tank with a banana, a male banana, to a few hatchling racks to what you see to me in the back. And been collecting and growing ever since.
Already. Y'all, I'm here to tell y'all, man, look, you to see how these guys have all these different morphs. Look at the background on my screen right here. That's not just made up out of somebody's imagination. These snakes really exist. And this is one of the guys that creates them. You know, we're gonna see how he gets down with it, you know, what his favorite, you know, combos are. Gotta go slow, y'all. It's a whole lot to take in. You know, we don't want you to choke. You know what I'm saying? Take small bites because it gets real, real deep. Talking about running down the rabbit hole. So tell us, man, first, what's your favorite morph?
My favorite morph is the clown. I love the clown. It's a recessive gene. I love what it does to the patterns. I love what it does in general. The black back, the alien heads. If matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all a simple gene clown for y'all. For people like, okay, what's a clown? Who don't know it. This is a simple morph of the clown. Recessive, visual. This is what we call the alien heads. The black back. And the teardrops, if you see the teardrops, this is what they got named from the clown. It looks like the teardrops on the clowns. And these head stamps. That's another thing too about these clowns. These funky head stamps. And this is a male. This is my main breed of male. This is my favorite morph. And if you don't love it, I'm gonna make you love it. I'm gonna show you some things to make you love it. But yeah, that's my favorite morph though. And
Gotcha.
That's like everybody really too. That's a big morph that everybody wants. Like that's a must have in your collection. As far as breeding.
Gotcha.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
I've seen some let me see, what are they called? The ones that's white that's got the pattern, the
pies.
Clown pies.
Yeah, those are I'm in the process of trying to make some, but they're finna be hets. They'll be clown pies.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, that's yeah. If I ever could get my wife on board, that's probably the route I'll go first. Now, what is it that you are trying to? Because you said you was working on some of those, but what are a few things that's not your secrets? Don't tell your secrets, but some program like what you got that you really working on that you trying to hit.
One of them is what they call a purple passion. That's a Phantom Mojave, and I'm trying to put that into a leopard spot nose clown, which they call a Batman. So I'm trying to make me a purple passion Batman. That's one project, I'm headed to, which is in the process. Everybody knows, they already know who I'm trying to make some Desert Ghost clowns. I got some Ultra Male clowns trying to make. Triple hats, I got some stuff cooking in the pot over here.
Okay. That's off the hook, man.
Yeah.
How long have you been actually breeding?
This will be my second year.
Okay.
But as far as collecting, December will make 4 years of me actually being in this awesome hobby.
Gotcha. How many clutches have you had so far that was just like full on, boom, eggs hatching?
I had last year, it was my first year having some. I had 3 clutches, and 2 of them came out perfect, everything. But my 3rd clutch, I don't know if it was just because of me being so excited, keep on opening the incubator. They came out disformed, and none of them survived. And everybody says, you know, in this game, that's part of it. You know, we're trying to play something that we're not. You know, we're trying to, you know, work.
Yeah, God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I ain't want to, you know, take it there, but yeah.
Yeah. Hey, it's the same thing over here in the fish hobby, man. It's the
Yeah,
same thing. Yeah, I learned about slugging out, you know,
yeah,
last night on the record. I was like, slugging out, what is that? You know, that's how I was asking to see like the ratios, man, how often, you know, because sometimes you have people that'll come in and hit, you know, on different things and be like, wow,
yeah.
man, how you know, man, you just dropped in the dough, you know, hitting home runs, you know. So yeah,
It's all it's a gamble. Tell you the truth, it's a big old gamble. You rolling for it. You may hit big, you may strike out. You know,
gotcha.
like I had out of them clutches, I had 1 slug, and all of my snakes, I got as hatchlings. So everything I raised up, everything's just either first moms. You know, I only got 1 snake who I'm finna breed for her 2nd time this year. So other than that, it's either first goers or some that I hold back and finna go again.
Okay. How many did you hold them all back? Hold back,
No,
y'all, means to
no.
not sell and to keep
Um,
those that you find desirable or that you can incorporate into your breeder program. I had to put the disclaimer out there so they'll know what holdbacks were.
yeah. Well, me, I'm like other people would like to keep everything, you know, have a big old a big old collection. I want to be like some like I don't know if you ever heard of the name Ozzy Boyds. He's one of the big heavy hitters.
Okay.
He's the one who came out with the Orange Dream, and he ain't no 500,000, you know, well, 500 to 1,000 snakes in his collection. He, you know, is relatively small, but it's powerful, you know. So everything in my collection, if it's not a visual clown, it's a building stone, you know. So some people who know me, I'm like, man, once a female lays eggs and those eggs hatch, and I get what I need, what I'm trying to hit to elevate my what I got back here, everything else is just like, you know, extra luggage. So that's why I really came up with my little business, 41 South Pythons, you know, to help get rid of the ones that I do not keep, you know, because I can't keep them all. You know, some people do, but
Gotcha.
I'm a bedroom breeder. Like on the other side of this camera is my bed. So this is, I wake up looking to these, you know.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm sitting in my bathroom walk-in closet right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know how that is. But
Mm-hmm.
what is the difference between visual heads and hypo?
Okay. Visuals is just like what I just showed you, the clown. It's a recessive gene, meaning both parents have to be a visual of that to have the baby. The baby has to have both copies of the clown gene. If it only has 1 copy, it'll be heterozygous. If I'm saying that correctly,
Yeah,
but it'll be het.
heterozygous.
It'll be a het. Like I have quite a bit hets. This is one of my newest editions. This will be a het. This is a hidden gene Woma het clown because she only got 1 copy of the visual clown. So if I bred her to that male, half of her babies theoretically will be clown visual clowns. The other half will be het clowns. So it's a science and math to it. It's not all just fun and games. You know, you really got to understand this to a certain extent because some combinations is a no. You can't go together. You know. So it's a lot. You know, it was a lot. That's why that's one reason why I didn't really jump head first and get like ready to go, females and males ready to lay eggs and breed for me. You know, I took my time with it.
Gotcha. Yeah. It's always better. Like what they say, measure. Oh, this light's killing me. Measure twice and cut once. You know.
Yeah.
Don't be like me and eyeball everything. I don't need no ruler. You know.
Yeah. You want to know why it's like this?
Yeah, for real. Yeah, for real. Already. I was an apprentice electrician at one point in time too, so I know how important you were taught, definitely in that over and over about, hey, measure this out. What circuits go to what? Yeah. So
yes, sir. Yeah.
That's probably why it made it so easy for you to be able to understand, all of the combo yays and nays and what each thing is, because I understand that background.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool.
It probably is, because literally when I was going, like I said, when I was getting into the school, I was getting into this. So, and one thing this did show me is patience. It's gonna teach you patience, because it ain't no overday success thing. You're gonna have to wait.
Yeah.
You got to put in your work.
So people you hear, don't just say, "Oh, I like to look at these snakes." You have to like the snakes.
Because it's just not just no, like literally, I close the AC ducts off in my bedroom, so everything's dedicated to these, So it's a commitment.
Yeah, that's a commitment right there. That's a commitment.
It's a commitment.
That's a commitment. Yeah, Vince closed off in this room too, and I closed the door. Yeah, I definitely understand that. Yeah, already. That's cool, man. So tell me some of your, I guess mentors, like that some of the things that they've done, and you're like, man, that's trend setting, and I like that road that they took.
One of them, like I would say, like, kind of sparked the light, like made me say, okay, I may be able to do this. One is Miguel from Always Evolving, being that he's also a Mexican, I'm a Mexican, it was like, man, if he could do it, I could do it. If they accept him, they'll accept me.
Yeah.
But as far as not just that, is because when he got into it, he had got a lot of hate. You know what I'm saying? People was like, hey, man, this and that. And, and I've got that throughout my life. You feel me? So I'm like, I feel you, So, and you still standing in seeing just really, I won't say an individual, just the community itself inspired me, just to really like, man, that's what really inspires me to, and really to keep pushing in it.
Already. Have you went to any of? Well, I think that's kind of a crazy question. How many of the Herp shows and things like that have you been to?
I only been to a few in Florida, tell you the truth. Like I'm in October. Let's slow it down. In August, there's a big one in Florida in Daytona. I'm going to that finally. Like I said, I'm born and raised in Florida, never been there yet. But on my side in Tampa has a big one on the Florida State Fairgrounds, the Repticon. I always go to that. They have it twice a year. I always go to that one. Just last week, I went to one in Kissimmee, Florida, met up with my buddy T from Keys Constrictors and Ryan from Little Feeding. We met up, and did a little walkthrough through a little reptile show. But I'm really trying to get to one that's in Tinley.
Tinley, yeah, I heard about it. I've been watching Tinley videos. I'm still watching Tinley videos. I think I watch one today.
Yes, I got, and everybody's saying October 1 is the lit one. That's the one that you really want to go to. So That's the one I'm going to. That's gonna be some experience there.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm looking at the videos and like I can imagine being there. Like the tables, man. I was telling Gershon yesterday. I was like, you'll get stuck at one table. Like it's all you see the other ones, the other table, but one table, man, be so full and have so much, you just get stuck. I'm like, man, I'll go to one and not even see half of what's there.
And that's how it be. It's like, man, you get to here and then you get to here and then like people who don't really know are probably like, man, you're looking at the same snake, but it's like, no, you're not, because of the, the hats or
and you know the difference, yeah.
But see, sometimes them like there's some like pies will give like markers, what we call markers. To actually see that it's het for, like pies give the ringers, the track marks. They said the monsoon gives the little crazy old, it whacks out the pattern, so that's where how you can kind of tell with the monsoons. But there's some that don't give no indication that it's het for that. So you can get some. There's grimy people out there still that will say, "Hey, man, this is this and this and this, and you pay this much price, and then it ain't that."
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I don't.
There's some of them out there.
I done bought puppies that look right and get to, and about a month that hair start to come off the body and you're like, hey, wait a minute, why? I got a fluffy terrier, pit bull terrier here.
You got a Terry Labrador.
Yeah, there's something wrong here. Yeah, I definitely understand that one.
Yeah.
What is the wildest morph that you know exists that you want to see in person?
The wildest one that I was in person is the sunset. I still haven't seen that in person. I really want to see the sunset in person.
That's can you? Because I mean, it's hard. This question is kind of hard, or at least on my side it is. It might not be for you, but can you kind of give a description? Because without a picture, man, it's real hard. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
So imagine like the golden reddish burnt color of when the sunset is finna go down.
Gotcha.
That reddish rusty color on a snake. That's the color of this snake, and it's a recessive, so it's hard. It's more rare because not too many people now. It's getting more out there, but you have to have both parents having it, or one visual, one head, or head to head to make the sunset. But that's one that I really want to see in person.
Okay, and they have pattern also.
Yeah, they have pattern. It's how could I? Do I have? It's really not a funky pattern to it, but it has a different pattern. But it's mainly because it's a new color. It's a new color to mess with. That's why it's like, man, I really want to see this in person.
That's because cameras and lights don't always.
And 9 and 10 times, majority of every ball python on camera is not what it looks like in real life. It's 10 times better.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha. Oh, really?
But that's one. I got a few though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like the monsoon, I really want to see the monsoon in person. I got a few. Stuff that makes the top dollar stuff. I got it in here, so I got a lot of stuff that I can make what people like, man. So it's like, well, that was a good question. Like, which one do I want to see in person? Those two, really. The sunset and the monsoon.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And I can just imagine the feeling, man, because I was looking at somebody's video. God, let me stop trying. I ain't been looking long enough to remember names like that.
Right.
But this guy was cutting eggs. It was him and his son cutting eggs. And I mean, it's like the egg was only open like this much, And it was like, oh man, that's a blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Just peeping in the egg, pull pull the little moist drippy snake out, and it's off the hook, and it's like they had been not necessarily trying for that particular morph, but it just boom, here you go, surprise, I'm here,
Mm-hmm. That's how it was. Like that's how it was my first time when I actually cut it in. The morph that I was trying to hit for was like one out of 32 chances to hit. So it was like, man, and actually hitting it was, I was out of this world.
Oh man, this is off the hook.
I was at a toy store with a shopping spree of unlimited, That's how it was. I was like, man.
That's cool. That's cool. So what do you see as your future that you're shooting for? I'm kind of putting an open door on it because I don't see like any stores like dedicated to this.
Yeah.
What was it that you are shooting for in the future, ultimately, right now? Because it could change, but ultimately, your picture of what you're trying to have.
As far as involving with the reptiles?
Yeah.
And to be to a point where I can kick up, just kick back, I won't say like to be everybody's trying to marry. Well, I want to be successful and be big and have a lot of money off it. To me, money ain't nothing, I see a lot of miserable rich people. So, if I could be happy and broke, so be it. But in the future with this, I just want to be able to where like that reputation to know that, man, you can always rely on your money going to the right. You buying like my slogan is quality balls for the low, because I've been one of those people who want this badass snake, but that snake just costs money, but I'm not trying to step on nobody's game and nobody's income because some people, live off of this, but I just want to be that one who I've been there, you feel me? Like, just always show love. Yeah, I don't even want this to be a business, really. This is love. This is passion. I don't want to have it where I have to lose the fun out of it. And I feel like doing that as a business kind of does it,
I got you.
That's my opinion. It may not, but that's what I want. I just want to be still doing what I'm doing right now, put a smile on my face and pulling the tub open and be like, damn, I made that.
Oh, yeah, I got you. I used to, well, my nickname was Pit Dog Man. And I was the guy where you couldn't just walk up to me because people would try. I'd have signs or I had somewhere, I'd have prices, but I felt every yard had to have a pit bull in it. I would be giving them away, selling them for a little or nothing, but if I had a reputation, people knew that, my dogs were pure. Now, if somebody just walked up, because I had people that always try to game, hey, talk to me early, and then I had one guy, he gonna argue with me, thought he was supposed to get picked in a litter or whatever. I'm like, yeah, you gonna pay premium price.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't even playing with you, But I wanted to see dogs everywhere, but that put me in a position to where there were people who would give me puppies. Like I'm in the yard, I come to look.
Yeah.
Man, I really like that boy right there, yada yada. Man, if I had, hey, let me know. I might breed to him. They breed him to a tight female, get puppies, or just call me.
Yeah.
Hey man, come get you one of these.
And tell you too, that's how it's getting right now. Like in my little city, like I said, I lived a life before this. So my street cred is street cred. I'm up there. So a lot of people like, man, I done got people like, bro, holla at bro, he got all the snakes if you trying to find one. Or I had a couple of people who, hey man, I got this snake, I can't, no longer. So basically the person, like you said, the person you could go to if you need if you're around here, because around here you don't really see, there ain't really too many reptile stores. You ain't got too many people, or they're like silent. You know, they probably still think it's that taboo. You know, you got snakes. Oh man, you know, I want to be that one that if I can make my mama, because she used to be, if I used to find a snake and bring it in the house, hey mom, look, she's crying, you know. But now she'll come in, pick one up, you know. I want to be like that. I want to be able to do a little impact, change people's opinion about this, because you know these are looked at as a bad guys. You know, I was growing up looked at as a bad guy. You know, so I want to give you a different impression on these. You know, they're coming to a point where, like, you know, not only for us, even for y'all too. You know, that Lacey Act that was going on. You know, it's still going on. You know, but they just put it on the back burner for now. So good thing we kind of won the battle right now, but we trying to win the war with this. And the big part of it is a lot of people still think reptiles are bad. You know, because you cannot tame them. You know,
man. One thing about that would kind of be good on for y'all's hobby is that there's so many of y'all that would be in the same areas that's breeding them yourselves. Whereas like the fish people, it's a whole lot of whole lot of importation. It's that I got a partner, he's in Indonesia, you know, and he sources wild betta fish, you know, and it's part of his business. I mean, he lives in this little village. I mean, you can imagine the whole financial thing. And, you know, and we over here looking for these fish that he's got like down the street. You know, Lacey hit none of that. Stores, nobody. You're not getting them.
Yeah. And that tell you the truth is I kind of see it as that too, because a couple people like, how you feel, like, tell you the truth, man, who's gonna stop me from sending my snake over over state lines, or you know, you're not gonna stop me. And if it gets to a point, I'll drive my snakes across state lines. So it's like, you know, but I understand other people, like for instance, Justin, Miguel, y'all see, like Miguel said, majority of his sales of last year were overseas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then with these ball pythons, you got to understand, ball pythons started, like a lot of these morphs started from once, like a certain snake just coming over, they find, you know, so, you know, a clown came from a clown, you know, so it's a lot of blood that's like this. So we have snakes that getting imported from, you know, Africa with that rich brand new bloodline. So, you know, that would hurt, you know, that would hurt us, you know. So,
Gotcha.
And that, like, you know, you got, like I said, so many people, you got other people who have a bigger business that's bigger than their state. So if they had passed that, you know, we're only contained to a state. So yeah, there'll still be sales, but like you said, I got a lot of shit getting imported.
Yeah, you know? Gotcha.
So,
yeah.
But you know, it comes from people who don't know about what they trying to stop, you know.
I mean, don't know at all, because I'm like, when they were first talking about it, I'm like, okay, first of all, who is it that thought of this? What happened to them? You know, and they passed.
It's
that
crazy.
Was pulled out.
And like, for instance, like with Florida, when they banned the tegus, the iguanas.
And how you ban stuff that's all around you?
And but see, what's crazy is they banning it because they said, oh, they're eating the plants, so they're either, this bird is no longer. But why y'all keep on building out there in their habitat? You know what I'm saying? Humans should be banned from the Everglades then. If you're gonna ban this reptile, you know. But it makes somebody happy and put money in somebody's pocket.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we don't have to see it to know that that's what's going on.
Trying to tell you.
You know? Yeah. That's crazy, but it is where we are right now. That's crazy. Now, anybody else in your family, you done got to put the bug in?
Nope.
They say I ain't trying to hear.
they some of them still like, man, they'll ask my mom, like, y'all got all them in your house? They're like, yeah, he got some all in the room. You know, and they're like, I have like my brother, he sort of say, I could say like invested, he bought 2 snakes, you know, and said, here, you know, I got these 2, and which one of them actually happened to be more than what they sold it to him for. So that was a big come up over here.
Okay, okay. Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But yeah, everybody in my family, everybody knows that I do it, but ain't nobody else. They're intrigued. It's like something that they all like. Man, let me see it eat when you feed. You know, they're like they're intrigued, but they ain't trying to get there. No.
Gotcha, gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right, give us a breakdown. Uh, Housing,
Uh,
cleaning, what you feed, if you raise your own.
I just started doing that. Okay, so there's nothing wrong. I ain't saying mine's the right way to do it. You know, it's how I do it. So behind me, I keep all my snakes in rack systems. You know, we can go into a whole different, but we're gonna go on, like I said, to anybody who's watching, this is how I do it. I keep all my snakes in rack systems. I got all these from Sea Serpents. He's a builder who builds all these down here in Florida. Everybody would know Sea Serpents. But as far as bedding, I keep also another Florida business is the cocoa. The nice chipper. It's the coconut husk. This is one good, to me, in my opinion, is one of the best bedding you could use for ball pythons. It's really absorbent. It keeps the humidity. Ball pythons are one of the snakes that need a lot of humidity. They're like, I think anywhere from, don't hold me this, from anywhere from like 40 to 70% humidity. They do need a nice amount of heat. You know, they're not a snake that you'll find in the sun during the day basking and warming itself. They're more nocturnal, so they get warmth off the ground. So all of this is ran off of a heat strip that's set. These ball pythons need about a 89, 90 degrees hot spot. And then the front is obviously don't have no heat, so it's a cooler side where they can regulate their body temperature. And me being inside my house, and it's hard to keep the ambient temperature. So with the AC and stuff blowing, I keep my temps a little bit higher. So inside the tubs back there are actually like 90, 91. But that's because of the AC blowing back there. I feed live because I feel like we already have them in a little habitats. You know, let them get that little wild feeling of, man, I'm finna hunt this thing down and do what I was bred to do. You know, I breed my own rats, feed every week. You know, if a lot of people see my snakes and they're big and healthy. You know, they eat better than me. I lift my shirt up, you see my ribs. You know, and they're big old chunky. Cleaning, I clean once a month as a deep full clean, like new bedding, you know, the whole waxing, everything, you know, the whole detailing. I clean with I can't even say the name. Let me get it for you. This is the Chlorohexadine, I think it's called. This is what vets use. It said kills all the bad stuff. You know, you gotta dilute it. I use that to clean all my tubs. Like I said, once a month. Basically, once a month they'll get a deep full clean. But every other day I open the tub, make sure they didn't boo boo or have these urates. You know, make sure the water's clean. But due to having that cocoa, it does get into their water bowl, so it'll It'll dirty up the water real quick. So that's one downside of having that cocoa is it'll get everywhere and stain stuff.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I got it's a lot of time into it too, though. You know.
Oh, really? So what's the overall temperament of ball pythons as compared to
it's laid back. Other snakes are way more active, you know. So if you're a first time want to get into it, I would say a ball python would be perfect for first snake owners because it's just chill. Now you'll have some that are fast going, but 9 and 10 times that's because they don't trust us. You know, I would never say a snake knows one person. You know, they see this animal or whatever they consider us and be like, oh, that don't mean nothing. They don't harm me. You know, so that's what they'll be chill. Because I can show you one snake that off rip you could tell it's tense. She don't like to be messed with, you know. But then I got one, I'll open this door and she's ready to come right on out, you know. So it's just like anybody else. You got some dogs that will bite your ass and you got some that will love you, you know. So, but overall, they just chill. They just chill. Okay. They're like a rock. They don't do nothing. But 12 o'clock.
Pet rock.
They're, for some reason, it's on the time every day, 12 o'clock. I don't know how they know that this 12 o'clock at night, all these snakes will be moving around. You see them more active, you know, because they're nocturnal. But it's just crazy to me how it's like, how do y'all know it's that time of the day and y'all not out there, you know?
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, my tree frog is like that. Like I look up here right now. Well, no, I was finna tell a lie. I'm looking right at him. He's on the glass. Normally he's back off in the foliage, and 11, 12-ish or whatever. I'll come back through and I look in through the the door of this room and he'll be on the front glass, like big old red eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this it's light because it's always light in there. So he sleeps. He sleeps through that. It's light, when he sleeps. But yeah, 11, 12 o'clock at night,
he's up.
He's up.
The same way over here is crazy. Like, for instance, I'm gonna show you one that you said that you wanted in your collection. I mean, like if you ever was trying to convince your wife, here's that pied.
All right, let me get a close up on that thing.
That's the one that you like. How the patterns from all white to pattern. And out of the pied is variable. You can't breed a pied to get a certain amount of white or pattern on it. You're gonna have a lot of pattern. You're gonna have a lot of white. But some morphs does add more pattern. Some morphs takes away the pattern. So depending on which ones you like pies with a lot of pattern or pies with high white, you add certain morphs to them. Like for instance, a morph called Inchy. If you put Inchy into pies, 9 and 10 times they're low white. There are a lot of pattern on the Inchy pie. But if you put a special pie, it's low white. It's just like a pattern on the face. So certain morphs with certain morphs do awesome things together. That's crazy with this here, It's crazy. It's over thousands of combinations you can make.
And you can stay fresh though, like the hobby meaning it can stay fresh and the butterfly, you still be able to get them butterflies when that time comes, yeah, I already know.
Just like when I open up this boy. I open this boys up. And this is both of my favorite in one. This is a banana clown. This the favorite in my collection. How the purples, the lavenders, the oranges, the peach colors makes me smile every time I see it. This is my favorite right here, man.
Yeah, that boy is bad.
And yeah, and one thing too about everything, a lot of people hear pythons, when they hear ball pythons, think it's a huge snake. A 6-foot ball python will be a big snake, in the ball python world, So that's why they're really loved by everybody, because they're not a big snake either.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
It's all right. That's all right there.
Yes, sir.
So what is it anybody that you keep putting you on the spot? Hey, we're not alienating anybody out there, y'all. But personal feelings. Is it anybody that you want to actually, like, I don't know if I can even say work with, because I don't know if it works like that in the snake hobby. Like, I know in the fish hobby, you got a certain type of fish, and you know somebody that specializes in that, and certain characteristics that they've pulled out of that particular fish that's heightened, that you may not see nowhere else, and you can hook up and be like, hey man, I got a lower quality of this, hey, can we do a little something?
If it worked like that in this, because I would like to a guy who has a cool morph, like it's a new morph, but he be on some other stuff. I don't know, but it's one that, matter of fact, I ain't even gonna mention that one.
Okay.
Bob, I would like to work with Bob Vu, because I got a couple of snakes from him, and he has this one cool new morph that he made called the Voodoo, and that it's a nice dark granite-y looking pattern ball python. It's a nice looking one, but in the ball python world, it's more about, I want to interact with you. I want you to be my, how I see it, like, we don't really how you was doing with the fishes, but it's just trying to just be like, man, you a cool dude. I want to hang with you. You know what I'm saying? Let me see how you
Well, yeah, I
really
got
are. That's how
I
I
got
see it. But other than that, yeah.
Yeah, because they're for one, you have to look at the size of the creature and
Yeah, it's like certain shit.
the exclusivity of a particular morph you may have created. Because, like, yeah, me coming from the dog world also, hey, I got this male over here that's off the hook. You ain't seen nothing like him. He's crazy as I don't know what. Somebody over there's like, man, I got this female dog. Hey man, let me get some blood from you.
Yeah.
It would be harder to do that. I guess with the snakes, let me my female over here. I'm not gonna lend my male out to you.
Yeah, that's the reason why it's kind of like, because you have to really trust somebody, because 9 out of 10 times you either sending your male or your female, you're sending your snakes to be somewhere else,
Yeah.
So as far as that, you got to really trust somebody, because as far as dogs, you lock them up right then and there,
Yeah, stand out there and talk and sip a Budweiser, when they through, you gotta watch your business.
Like, go take off for a walk for they can get to know each other real quick.
Yeah. Gotcha.
But yeah, as far as that, that's the only thing. But we got a lot of people who do that though. Like, man, I'm got a joint project with this guy. There is some people who do that, but I wish I did, because I have a few males that I wish I had some visual clown ready to go females for. And they're just sitting up back here not doing nothing.
Look, the door is still open. you still fresh in the game.
Yeah,
Don't
man.
know who knows. Who knows what's down the road? But yeah,
Try to tell you.
yeah. Already.
Yep.
Yeah, we at the 50-minute mark, man. I'll give you a cue.
Yes,
So
sir.
we're gonna try to land this plane so we can make sure we get this up.
Yep.
But what I want to do, like I was telling the other guys, man, once I get this rolling to where we actually are doing it live and I don't have no time restraints, I'm gonna have y'all back, man, if y'all will come back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might do some combos because I'm not known, on my fish side to have multiple people on my screen. But this is it looks to be a different type of scenario because of the relationships. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I probably will never go past 3 though. But but yeah, I can see this going a little different because of this whole side of this pet hobby is a whole different. It's a whole different thing, man. It's a whole different thing.
Man. I'm trying to tell you, it's big, bro.
Look, I'm on Instagram, like follow,
Yeah.
follow, and then somebody that I didn't follow pop up said they followed me, and I'm like, well, where did you see me at? Okay, follow. Oh, this is his group of people. Okay, follow, and I done lost who I originally was on trying to see they folks because it done took me way off over here.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's huge, man. It's amazing to me.
And I'm trying to get.
I used to do like I used to make do rap music, and a lot of people used to be like, "Man, you need to do it," but I fell out of love out of all that because of this in the community.
Gotcha.
That's what's cool about it.
Yeah, I kind of identify with that, man. I had a club security company. I worked in corrections, but I had a silverback protection team, silverback codes I'm a big dude now, but in my early 30s and whatnot, I was 300 plus pounds, arms so yeah, I was a silverback. But I met a whole lot of artists, whole lot of DJs, and folks was like, man, when I'm going tour and I'm this and I'm that, I was like, man, that's my ultimate dream. I'm gonna go out and be doing security for somebody out. Yeah, then it was like, I done got these, the fish, and they done just kind of suck me in. And it's easy because I'm here.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm here. I'm not in danger, and I really love them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
hey, look, no confusion with people. No, none of that. Because that entertainment industry is a whole nother animal.
And I trust me, I really ain't friendly when it comes to certain stuff. This is pulling me out of my element, but that's why one reason I don't want to do that rap stuff because I'm not no rapper.
Yeah, I got you. It won't be just on wax like that.
Trying to tell you.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. I got you. Hey, I got a few live streams where I have to slide in close to the camera, and I don't get disrespectful or whatever, but I had to express, hey, I'm that dude that'll actually show up at your door, knocking like, hey,
I'm finna come check that.
Yeah, I don't bother nobody, but you're not finna bother me either.
That part.
Already, man. And these animals will. That's one good thing. I always like to reference, man, mental health and things like that with these animals, man. Man, I've had fish for over 40 years per se. Because tomorrow, y'all, I'm gonna be 50 years old. Hey, if you want to send me a gift or something, what I'm saying, I'll take that. But I've had fish a long time, and I had small increments in time where I didn't have fish, but I've had fish a long time. And man, I went through a little old bout, man. I had ruptured my Achilles, man, and I was sitting at the house, and the walls was closing in on me, and I couldn't do nothing for my family. In my head, all of these things was going on. Then I found, people with fish on all these fish videos and these live streams on YouTube, and I'm consuming my whole day, Hey, man, I'm gonna go up and get me some of these 25 cent feeder fish, buy me a clear tote at Walmart, and make me this little old pond in my room. And I went from there, found out people was doing live streams, went on this one guy's live stream. I was in this chat all the time. He had renal failure, kidneys. And my mother passed away from it, so I recognized his situations just looking at his stream. Whereas a lot of people really didn't know, but I could tell what was going on. So whenever he streamed, I was in there. And he brought me up on his live stream, and he was like, "Man, I'm gonna have a show where I'm gonna dedicate it to you, and I'm gonna ask you questions and let people get to know you." And then the bug got me. God rest his soul. Nathan Alexander of Sand Creek Aquatics got a sticker right there next to me. That's kind of who got me into this thing. But yeah, man, this helps. A whole lot of negative aspects.
Yeah.
That can be in our lives, man, because these animals need us. They not doing no tripping, and it takes down those guards. You can be sensitive, you can be caring,
Yeah.
all of that, man, all of that. All right, I hit the 5-minute right here, so I don't want to do myself. I don't want to do myself. All right, hey,
man.
Thank you, man, for coming in. We're gonna definitely do this again.
Yes, sir.
Spread the word, man. Let your people know I'm coming. Get on here. Holler at me. Get on here. So I want to be a part of who don't know you. Wow, hey, man, this dude exists. Man, I like what they're doing.
I got Instagram. I do all that too.
Already. So we're gonna get out of here. Hey, when y'all check this out, in the streams, hey, go over there, sub to this man and all the other people that we have on here. Remember, this is gonna show up on my podcast also. It's streaming about across the bottom down there. Hey, tell somebody you love them. Take care of those animals. And we out.